So I was just listening to an interview with David Icke done by Regina Meredith. She's the gal who's on Gaia. And it was very interesting. He's always very interesting. He's been around for decades. He reached the same conclusion I reached because at the end he was saying he's going to get a poster made up that says, if you want to change your world, change your perception. Well, years ago when I was driving my car, it came to me, if you want to see perfection, change your perception. And I had that put on my business cards. I still like that expression. It just came to me like a download one day when I was driving many years ago. And it's true because we are creating our reality with our consciousness. And once we understand that, and it's not easy to figure it out because we're all programmed from the time we're born. We're hypnotized, we're put into a spell by all the systems we go through, the churches, the schools, the everything's a programming to make us think a certain way in order to function in a way that is productive to the powers that be. But once you wake up and you realize that you are programmed and you can deprogram yourself, you find out it was so simple you couldn't see it. But I say it's simple, but it's not easy. Usually it takes a very life-changing event. For me, it was a cataclysmic diagnosis. It might be financial ruin. It might be the death of someone, a bad marriage, a business failure. It can be many, many things that put us into this state where we go into the dark night of the soul and we cry out for a solution. And if we're really sincere about it and we really want a solution and we don't want to just get out of here, by doing ourselves in or something, the solution will come. And it usually comes in a very, very unusual way. It could be a book falling on our head. It could be meeting a person who tells us something. It could be being offered a situation that changes everything in our lives, like a move or a partner, whatever. You never know, and everyone is uniquely different. For me, it was meeting someone who just gave me permission to wake up. Sometimes that's all it takes. And that's what teachers and gurus have always been all about. Going to someone who's more advanced in the spiritual dimension, who can point you in the direction, but give you permission by validating it that it truly is real, that you can step out of the matrix, you can wake up from the dream, you can deprogram yourself, you can snap out of the trance that most humans are living in because of the programming, and you don't have to be miserable. And once you find that inner power that's within every one of us, all the mystics and the teachers throughout the ages have been talking about it and trying to help people find it within themselves. But, there's this other force that's always saying, you're no good, you're a miserable sinner, you don't deserve anything, you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, you're too fat. And that is what a lot of people buy into. And then they get stuck there and they can't find their way out. But once you understand that you can break free, you can go within and free yourself from that mesmeric spell that you've been cast into. You can wake up, find your inner power, actualize yourself, and become a force to reckon with. Go to my course, RebeccaTripp.com is my website, and you'll see that you can get the pillars of manifesting free sheets to start focusing on what you really want to manifest. And if you change your perception about what you're experiencing to what you desire, as if you've already gotten it, it will show up. And I also have my book available, Secrets of a Metaphysical Flight Attendant. It really is a good read. I highly suggest you take a look at it because it explains many of the big aha moments that happened to me along my journey and how I got to a place where I don't really get stressed. And you shouldn't either. There's a way to break free. I promise you. But you have to figure out how to go within to change your perception.